There is a hidden countdown buried in one of the most mysterious ancient books ever written. A countdown connected to the most terrifying angels who ever walked the earth, the Watchers. They descended in the days of Noah. They corrupted humanity. They taught forbidden knowledge. They produced offspring so dangerous that God sent a flood to wipe the world clean. But what if I told you they are not gone? What if the Book of Enoch gave a specific prophecy, a timeline, and we may be living at the end of it? And what if Jesus himself hinted that the days of their return would mirror the days of Noah? This video is not about fiction. It is not about hype. It is about what the scriptures reveal and what they do not say. Let us take a deep dive into the ancient record, the Book of Enoch, and the Word of God, to answer a simple but chilling question: have the Watchers been released? To understand this, we must start at the beginning. The Book of Enoch, quoted in the New Testament, in Jude 14, tells of 200 angels, known as the Watchers, who descended upon Mount Hermon in the days before the flood. Their leader, Samyaza, and his companions took human women as wives and bore giants. The Nephilim, Genesis 6, 1-2, confirms this. Now it came to pass that the sons of God saw the daughters of men, that they were beautiful, and they took wives for themselves of all whom they chose. These sons of God, B'nai Elohim, are also referenced in Job 1-6 and Job 38-7 as heavenly beings. These were not men, they were angels. Enoch 10 says that after the Watchers corrupted the earth, God sent the archangel Raphael to bind Azazel in the desert and cast him into darkness. The rest were bound in chains until the day of judgment. This aligns with 2 Peter 2:4. For if God did not spare the angels who sinned, but cast them down to hell and delivered them into chains of darkness to be reserved for judgment, and Jude 6. And the angels who did not keep their proper domain, but left their own abode, he has reserved in everlasting chains under darkness for the judgment of the great day. But how long is this reservation? That is where the mystery begins. In Enoch 10:12-14, God says the Watchers will be bound till the day of their judgment and of their consummation. In the generation of judgment, I will destroy all the spirits of the reprobate, bind them for 70 generations under the hills of the earth. 70 generations. If one generation is 70 years, a commonly accepted biblical length, Psalm 90:10, then 70 times 70 equals 4,900 years. Now, when did this countdown start? If we roughly place the flood around 3000 BC, conservative by biblical timelines, then 4,900 years from then would bring us to around 1900 to 2000 AD, meaning we are right on time. This may explain the surge of demonic activity, technological acceleration, and spiritual deception in our era. It could also align with the rise of secret knowledge, supernatural obsession, and even what some call alien encounters. Could it be that the Watchers, or at least their influence, is being released back into the world? Now, let us take that to Revelation. In Revelation 9:1-2, then the fifth angel sounded, and I saw a star fallen from heaven to the earth. To him was given the key to the bottomless pit. And he opened the bottomless pit, smoke rises, and out come locust-like beings with unnatural power and torment. These are not ordinary creatures. Some believe they are demonic, others that they are the spirits of the Nephilim. But still others wonder, could these be the Watchers? Verse 11 says, and they had as king over them the angel of the bottomless pit, whose name in Hebrew is Abaddon, an angel who rules the pit. That sounds a lot like Azazel, bound in the desert until the day of judgment. Revelation 9 could very well be describing the unsealing of the place where the Watchers were kept. This matches the idea from Enoch that they were buried underground. Some believe the Watchers were locked beneath the earth, maybe even under Mount Hermon or the region of Bashan, the land historically associated with giants. Before we move on, we need to zoom out for a moment. Because if the Watchers really did descend to earth, take wives, and create a hybrid race, where is the evidence? Some believe it is all around us, hidden in plain sight. The Book of Enoch says that the Watchers taught humanity secrets of metalwork, enchantments, astrology, root cutting, and weapon making. Their children, the Nephilim, were giants, heroes of renown, feared for their strength and brutality. Now listen to Genesis 6:4. There were giants on the earth in those days. And also afterward, when the sons of God came in to the daughters of men, and they bore children to them, those were the mighty men who were of old, men of renown, mighty men of renown. The Hebrew phrase implies men who became legends. This may explain why nearly every ancient culture has stories of gods coming down from heaven, mixing with humans, and producing powerful offspring. In Greek mythology, Zeus is the father of Hercules. In Sumerian tablets, gods from the sky teach mankind civilization. In Native American oral history, giants roamed the land. Even in Norse, Hindu, and Mesoamerican traditions, we find echoes of fallen angels disguised as gods. Coincidence? Many believe these legends are distorted memories of the Watchers' rebellion, and some even argue that the massive stone monuments we still cannot fully explain, like Baalbek, the Great Pyramids, or megalithic sites in South America, may have been built or influenced by these beings and their hybrid children. No, the Bible does not confirm every detail of these myths, but it does confirm that supernatural beings once walked among men, and they left a mark on the world. These were not myths, these were monsters, and their return may be closer than we think. Jesus gave us a cryptic warning in Matthew 24:37. But as the days of Noah were, so also will the coming of the Son of Man be. What made the days of Noah so unique? Not just wickedness, not just violence, but a hybrid, supernatural invasion of humanity through fallen angels and their offspring. Jesus is not just saying people were sinful, he is saying that something specific about Noah's day would repeat. Could he be pointing to the return of that same spiritual corruption? The return of the Watcher's influence? When you connect the dots, the rise of genetic manipulation, transhumanism, occult revival, and even sightings of beings that defy physics, it is hard not to wonder. So what does this mean for believers? First, do not fear. The enemy does not get the final word. Jesus does, but we must not be blind to the enemy's tactics. The Book of Enoch says the Watchers taught humans how to make weapons, enchantments, astrology, and more. That forbidden knowledge corrupted the world, and today we see forbidden knowledge on the rise again in media, science, and even theology. As 1 Timothy 4:1 says, "Now the Spirit expressly says that in latter times some will depart from the faith, giving heed to deceiving spirits and doctrines of demons." Our battle is not against flesh and blood, but against spiritual powers. If the Watchers have returned, or if their release is near, then believers must stay awake. Let us recap. The Watchers were angelic beings who sinned and were bound. The Book of Enoch gives a 70-generation timeline, possibly ending in our time. Jesus warned that the last days would look like the days of Noah. Revelation 9 shows the abyss opening and releasing tormenting beings. And the world today is increasingly mirroring the corruption of the ancient world. Even myths of ancient gods and unexplained monuments may echo the true history of angelic rebellion. The Watchers may have been locked away, but their return could be near. And yet, we have a greater hope. 1 John 4:4. He who is in you is greater than he who is in the world. So stay watchful, stay grounded in the Word, and above all, stay faithful to Jesus, who conquered all principalities and powers, and will return soon to judge the fallen once and for all. Until then, let us not perish for lack of knowledge. Let us understand the times and shine brighter as the darkness grows. If this video opened your eyes to something deeper, do not stop here. Like the video to help it reach others, share it with someone who needs to see it, and subscribe for more bold biblical truth in a time of rising deception. We are not here to entertain. We are here to wake up the sleeping, strengthen the faithful, and prepare hearts for the return of the King. The Watchers may be rising, but Jesus is coming. Stay awake, stay ready, and stay in the Word.